It's not just about where you live, it's about how you live. An all-inclusive lifestyle program that caters for you and your family, because houses are temporary but homes are forever. Whether it's selling or letting in the property market, what's trending in the real estate and business sector. Also, to top it all up, we show you hot exclusive destinations for you and your family. Whether you're in a business or safari trip, we show you just where you need to be. This is the premiere of Smart Living magazine show with me, Mel Miendo. Spread over 25 acres of land, Horseshoe Village in Runda is a gated community of 68 newly built homes. These homes are categorized in 3 types. We have the meadows, the orchards and the willows, and these are all 5-bedroom and 4-bedroom townhouse villas. Smart Living begins with Horseshoe Runda right now. This is one of the orchard units, which has about 20 units in total. These are 4-bedroom size villas with a decent sized garden, a family room, living room, guest room. It's a total of 5 bedrooms with a lot of space. It also has a total plinth area of about 4,600 square feet. Let's have a look inside. Welcome home. The living room is one of the first places anyone gets into as they come into your home. Let's look at some of the key areas in every living room. One of the first things is the floor. Many homes in Kenya have ceramic tiled floors. This one is wood laminated. One of the advantages, which is actually the best advantage, is the warmth underfeel that wood laminated floors have. Moving back, as you can see, there's beautiful chandeliers. This is one of the most beautiful pieces in this house. But the headroom is a tad too minimal. I'm a 5'5", so anyone taller than me will definitely have a problem coming in and passing through because of this chandelier. But the good thing is you can change the chandelier as you please. And one of the things that you can do, because it's beautiful and you'd like to keep it, you can put a table right underneath so that you don't have to necessarily move around. Another thing that you look at in every living room is the lighting, not just the main light, but also the wall bracket lighting. This specific ones are very nice, crystal balled with a nice feel. You can use this especially for evenings if you have guests or early mornings. It's really beautiful. Moving along, this here is the centerpiece for this entire home. The fireplace, and it has this beautiful mosaic feel. It's very, very nice and edgy, and you can get to entertain your guests here as they come in and go out, especially for those chilly evenings when it's raining. You get to entertain them right here. The August 8th general election in the country had many people waiting in expectation that things will go back to normal. August, September, October, November, it's been so prolonged and it has affected so many sectors, including the real estate sector. Let's get to hear just what has happened in the real estate sector, the property market, and what people are hoping for even in days to come. With us is Martin Diaz. He is the Group CEO of FAPCL Group, and they deal with financial and property consulting. It's great to see you, Martin. It's been a hard year, right? It's been tough. What's been happening in the real estate sector? What were your hopes even as we're coming into the election?
Our hopes were very positive. The election fever began in January this year, and that is expected. But we were all assured that everything will go, normal. Business should continue normal. We had lots of forums where, under the private sector umbrella, that do not stop your businesses. Continue like normal businesses. Have confidence in everything, the IBC, the institutions that are running the elections, and continue. And that's what we did.
Okay, when did the jitters come? Because they did come to the property market, there seemed to be a dip. What was happening at that point?
As much as you say, have confidence in the real estate sector, you will also have a little bit of slowdown. In the construction side, people will not buy land at that moment, because there are huge sums of money involved in the projects. So there is a tendency to see some slowdown in the construction side.
Okay. All right. Come the August 8th elections, the elections came and things started happening. It became prolonged. People went to court. Again, we have to go back to yet another election. What was happening to the property market at that point?
Anxiety builds in now. You have skirmishes, you have chaos, you have protest that tunnel into a bit of violence. These are the jitters that the business community will start feeling. And the real estate sector is very sensitive to those kinds of situations. Real estate sector to the GDP is a huge chunk. You've seen Kenya, infrastructure, roads, bridges, shopping malls that are coming up. So it's a big sector.
Yeah.
And definitely it is the first one to get affected.
Okay, and it seems that the government, or whatever was happening at that point, that there was no outlook, especially for the real estate sector. Did you feel that, as in the real estate market, that you're not being sensitized on what's going on, or how was it for you?
There was some uncertainty.
Yes.
Like you don't know what's happening. The politicians were kept saying, pulling sides and saying they want these demands. And the business sector was watching, they want things to finish and move on,
yes,
rather than
go back to business.
Precisely, yes. Yes.
What next then? Because now things are, seemingly coming to normal.
Yes.
What next for the real estate sector? The year is over.
I think we're happy with the coming swearing in of the president on Tuesday, and constitutionally he's being sworn in as the president of Kenya. And I think that puts an end to all these issues and challenges that we see. We hope there's a winner and a loser, that both sides will compromise and put the country first, put the business first, put the people first. I think a whole year of election is just enough.
Yeah.
We will have jobs losses in January, huge job losses, if we do not contain the situation. So I think time has come now. If they don't agree, the two leaders sit down, talk to one another, agree. It was a contest. 5 years later, another contest. But I think we continue seeing more chaos, then the business sector will suffer.
How would you advise business sectors, or even especially the real estate sector, to look forward to things like this happening and to kind of find a cushion for it, just in case something like this happens? How can they do that?
I think what the private sector and the business sector must emphasize from now is that strong institutions must be built, credible ones, where they are looked up to. Not really, leaving things that undone. If there are certain regulations or irregularities, as they were calling them, towards the elections, let's address them now for the next elections even. Let's understand, let's create a clean contest. so that nobody can put a finger on this one and that one. In Germany, you had a marathon going on and then election, same time, and nobody even felt the elections. We want something like that to happen to Kenya. It's a contest, one winner, one loser, but without any hiccups, with any issues that creates doubts in the minds of the politicians or the people.
Okay. Finally, what are the prospects in the real estate sector come 2018? New year, new things. What are we looking forward to?
Yeah, we must all look forward to work, all get down to work.
Yes.
Kenya is a growing country, has an enormous future. Infrastructure, big infrastructures are coming up, big developments are coming up. We must all pull together. This is a real estate sector that can grow threefold, fourfold. So we must all be very positive and do our best.
Given that Smart Living program is about how we live and not just where we live or what it is that we do in our livelihoods, I'd like you to look into the camera and talk to Kenyans out there. Many people are watching, and I would like you to tell them, as from the real estate sector, how to make sure that you live smart.
My take to every Kenyan is, think about your home. Big or small, buy a home. There are many ways to buy a home. Save your money, buy a piece of land, buy a home. It can be a small home right out in the country. You don't have to say, I need a lot of money to buy a home. Save 10%, 20% of your savings. Go to the bank, take a mortgage. Don't buy a car. Don't have a second wife. Have a home. My advice is that there are lots of homes, even for the smaller market, and we should, all of us, own a home as quickly as possible.
Great. Smart Living will be right back after this break.